Hi friends, welcome to Ms. Cooper's art class. Today I'm going to be showing you a way of doodling by using sticky notes. This is really helpful if you're having some artist block or you need to fill your sketchbook. The first thing you do is take a sticky note and doodle on it. I started with some just circles and lines because I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. It helps if you go off at least one edge of the sticky note. Don't just put your doodle right in the middle, make sure it goes off the edge. Because what you're going to do is you're going to place it onto a piece of paper and continue your doodles on the paper. I went off 3 edges of this one, just to make my life a little bit easier. What you'll notice is I put it down and then I lifted it off once I had some doodles. It created an empty space. That's okay. That's totally fine. If you don't like the empty spaces, maybe you'll go back and fill them in. But for what I was drawing, I felt like those empty spaces could work just fine. This is all kind of up to you. It's just a way to fill your page. Maybe you'll just do a little bit and then you'll just move on and do something else, and that's totally fine. It's just a way to get things started. So I chose not to fill my empty spaces, but what I did do is I added some watercolor. I felt like this could use a little bit of something, and I enjoy watercolor, and I enjoy watercolor with my pen, so I added a little bit just to kind of see how it would go. And sometimes I filled in the spaces that were left empty by the post-it note, and sometimes I didn't. I just kind of did what I felt looked good. This wasn't a final, finished art project or anything, just a doodle, just something to get my mind going. Kind of bugged me that I didn't go off the edges of the page, so I added a little bit of, especially blue, watercolor at some of the edges, just to, help make it look more complete. I did do a second one as well, and I used a completely different type of doodle. I just kind of drew some blobs. These are the kind of drawings and blobs that I like to do in the edges of my notebooks. And this time I turned my post-it note to be on a bit more of a diagonal, at least compared to the rest of the watercolor paper. And I enjoyed continuing the little shapes that I drew, and just to make things interesting, I kind of was careful about how I shaped that empty space. So I tried to make a little bit of a chevron or a zigzag kind of shape with the empty space left by the post-it note. Kind of liked it, so I closed it off by adding some doodles at the end. It helps, again, that I had doodles that kind of went off more than one edge of the post-it note, but if you only had them going off one edge, then you could kind of endlessly re-angle it. I had a hard time not just drawing the same thing every single time I turned it, so I tried to get creative. This is really great for opening your mind, and if you find that you really like the artwork you do, then maybe you'll call it a finished artwork and share it online. Or maybe this will just be something that lives in your sketchbook. It's nice just when you're working with ink, especially since I know Inktober is a thing. It's kind of a nice thing for that. It's a nice way to fill your pages, have things to share online if you're not really sure what you're doing that week, and maybe it will jumpstart something that you really love. And the nice thing is there's no real rules or structure. It's whatever you want it to be. So I hope you enjoyed this and give it a try. If this was helpful, please like or comment or subscribe. Thanks for watching.